Welcome back, guys. So in last video we have seen that how we should do insertion at the beginning. Now in this video we will try to understand how we should do insertions at the end and how we should write the code. What are the things we need to write in the code? Each and everything we will see that, right? So you can see that again. I'll repeat for few classes so that you'll be able to understand. Always you need to have one list node class which will keep the informations of your node. Node will have a two section. One is the data, one is the next. Okay, one is the data, one is the next. The next is nothing but the next object which you are going to hold. Okay, the next object which you are going to hold. Again I'll explain one more time here also so that you will not have any confusion. So you can remember this, okay, till here, right? You can remember this. So basically what your node has, okay, forget about this code now, guys. Let me add a new page and let me show you. So basically every node in the linked list has two sections, right? So look at here, you have very first node. Okay, whenever you have a node will have basically a data. So data is equal to 5, right? And as I said, when you insert the first node, next will be pointing to null because the list node has only one constructor, guys. Okay, come back. List node has only one constructor through which you will initialize the data of your class variable. And there is something called list node next. Okay, this will be null because when you create the object of this class list node, this guy is going to be a null. Okay, let me explain you. So let's say how this node will get created. To create the node, basically in Java we need to create the object. So what we have to write here, we have to write here list node L1 is equal to new list node 5, right? So L1 is nothing but this, guys, right? So whatever L1 I have created here, if you'll ask me this list of L1, so basically this is L1. If you'll ask me, this is the first node. Now let's say I have to create the second node. So to do that, again I have to write list node L2 is equal to new list node is equal to 8, right? This is my second node I have created. Now when I'll create the second node, basically in memory, how this will get created, this will created 8 and this next will be pointing to null. This will be represented by L2. So L2 is nothing but, guys, L2 is nothing but L2 is the object, right? Reference of the object, right? L2 is nothing but reference of the object. Now L1 is the reference of first node. So when I have to connect this, right, connection part we'll see through coding. Here understand the list node. So if I'll write here 5, my 5 next should be L2 and then this guy is here somewhere in the memory. This guy is here and this is pointing to null. So the moment L2 I'll write here, automatic one connection will get created here, automatic. And what is L2, guys? What is the type of L2? Okay, focus here and try to understand what is the type of L2. The type of L2 is nothing but list node, right? Type of L2 is equal to nothing but list node, right? And list node will come here, right? This is also L2, guys. This entire object is the L2, right? So in your list node a there should be a variable called list node which will actually hold your next list node object. Right now, clear why this list node is required? Okay, and that's how it works, guys. Okay, and you have getters and setters. Now uh, we will go and try to understand how we should do insertion at the end. First understand the insertions at the end, then we'll go with the coding part. First we will not jump into coding part. Okay, so let's first understand how insertions happens at the end. So to let's say you already have one linked list, one, this guy points to 5, and there is one more called 3. So you have already this data. Somebody will ask you, bro, go and insert the node at the end. So, right, so somebody is asking you, go and insert one new node here, right? So in beginning this guy was pointing to null. So somebody comes and he says that go and insert this. So what you have to do, first you have to create one new node. Okay, you have to create one new node. This guy will be pointing to null, and then what we have to do, somehow we have to write one connection, guys, like this. The moment I will connect 3 to 4, automatic this null will go off. Okay, 3 will be pointing to the 4, and the 4 next will be pointing to null. Same thing I have to write through the code. So understand, guys, in linked list always your head will point to first node, right? Now you think in your brain, try to write the logic. I have given you enough background. Okay, if I have to write this, I will think, okay, first node is pointed by the head, so somehow I have to reach till the last node, right? Somehow where I have to reach, I have to reach here somehow, right? Because this is anyway, this is the new node, right? So in beginning I don't know where this is, so somehow I have to reach to the third node. So I need to write some sort of logic where I need to reach to the last node of the list. Okay, to do that, what we should do, okay, there are a couple of ways we can do that, but we can run one for loop. Okay, we can start from the head, and we can always do head dot get next. If the head dot get next not is equal to null, okay, if not is equal to null, then change the reset the start node to the next node, right? So go till the null. When you will do like that, when you go till the null, you will identify the last one. The moment you will identify the last node, you do last node dot set next, right, is equal to new node. Simple, very simple. Now how you should do through the code? So let's say already you have one list node which already has a data. Now let me remove the connection, guys, this connection, everything. Let me just erase it. I'll write again, 1 second. Yeah, so you have like this guy is pointing to null. So look at my this method, public void insert at the end. This guy will take one argument called list node, right? So it is taking one node called list node, and the job of this method is to go and insert at the end. Okay, so first it will check if the head is equal to null, which means, see, when you are writing a code, make sure that you are putting all check and balances. Okay, so when you do head is equal to null, which means there is no your list is empty, there is no data in the list. Like let's say you don't have anything in your list, so in that case what will be the head? Head will be null. Let me explain you through code also. Remember this line what I said, you have head, right? So when you don't have, when you have not added any object, your head will be pointing to null, right? Head will be pointing to null. Now go to the coding part. So if the head is null, which means whatever node you are going to insert, head will point to that node. Okay, head is equal to new node. So if there is node, let's say empty list, right, and I'm going to insert, let's say 5, so you know what will happen, uh, let's say node is equal to 5, so head will point to this. Simple. Okay, because here there is no node, so head will point here. That is the reason this logic has been written. Apart from that, this logic is useful only when if head is not pointing to anyone, right? But focus on else part. Else part is very important, guys. Okay, look at this variable. The two variable I have created, a start and next node, very important, a start and next node, right? Two variable I have created. Why I have created two variable? Because remember your for loop. How do you write a for loop? In for loop, when you write, you do, you know, int I is equal to 0, right? I less than n, I plus plus. So there are, you know, three: initialization, then condition, and then increment or decrement operator, right? Three things you write. Same thing I'm doing that here. Start list node I have to do, because you know every node is of type list node. I have explained you whatever node you guys seeing, that this all of type is what? It is all of type list node. I have already explained you, right? All is of type list node. When it is of type list node, which means your head is also going to be a list node of type, right? Head is also going to be a list node. So I have a start node, next node. So you can see that in a start I am initializing with the head node, because I know that head node is the first node. So I'm initializing with the head node. Then look at this point here, guys. This is a very important point. I am saying next node. So what is the next node? This is also a type of list node. I am saying that a start dot get next. Okay, putting the conditions if not is equal to null. Okay, so let's say this is the head node. So head dot get next is equal to 5. Okay, 5. So this guy, if this 5 is not is equal to null, if this is not the null, then my start should change, right? So start is equal to new node, next node. So start is equal to next node. Now start came here. So in beginning, when I started, my next node was pointing to null in very beginning. Then my next node basically started pointing here. So this was the next node, right? This is the next node, right? Then I did not is equal to null, yes. Then a start will point to this. So now what will happen? A start will also point here, right? Now again start is pointing here. Now next node a start dot get next. Okay, now a start dot get next is here. When a start dot get next is here, then what happens is your next node will go and will check that, right? So your next node will come here. Okay, next node will come here, and this is not is equal to null, by the way. Till here is not is equal to null, and then a start is equal to next node, right? So a start will also come here. Now look at now. So your next is pointing here, start is pointing here. Now next node is equal to a start dot get next. What is the start? This node, right? A start dot get next. It is null now, right? It is null now. So this will get terminated, right? This will get terminated. So you have the start node here. You have the start node here. So the moment you have the start node and you know you already reached till the end, so you can just go and write what you can write. You can write a start dot set next is equal to new node, right? Because you came till here, right? So the moment you will do a start dot set node, this guy will point here, new node, right? So it will get pointed to the new node, and the moment you will point to the new node, this null will get terminated. You understood? It is a very simple program. Now you can same thing you can code in the Eclipse also. I'll share the code with you, the source code I'll share to you. But my request is understand this, write in your Eclipse, because I have made everything very crystal clear. I'm explaining you line by line, right? Now you might be wondering, one thing you might be wondering, why this guy is doing that start dot set next, right? This will be coming to in your mind, like why I'm doing that start dot set next. Why not next node dot set next, right? Why not next node? Because the problem, guys, here is, if you look at these conditions, when we were here, right? When we were here, when I did next node is equal to start dot get next, a start is here, right? So next node became already null. So do you know one thing? Now next node will point here, right? Your n will point here, because you did this already. Okay, then only you are checking the conditions here. You got it? So when you already moved here, what you will get if you will do null dot set next, right? When a start will move, when this particular condition is fulfilled. A start will move only when, so this guy will move only when if this guy is correct. But when it will break here, then your start will not change. So your start will be always previous to next. Okay, always. See, here there was the case where it became same, because of you are running a for loop and your conditions was getting fulfilled. Okay, but always first next node will move, then only start will come to the picture, right? Because start is equal to second, like third conditions, right? If this is fulfilled, then only this will move, right? in this case what happened, next node moved, so next node came to n. You can see that next node already came to n because next node is equal to a start dot get next, and a start was here in the previous call. When you say a dot get next, it will point to null, so n is already pointing to null, right? Now if it is not null, then only this will get evaluated, right? This time this did not get evaluated, your start is still here, your start is still here. That is the reason in the code we are doing that start dot set next, we are not doing that next node dot set next. You understood why we should do a start dot set next? Because start is the one which will make sure that you did not cross the last node. Okay, you did not cross the last node, because start is the one which will get incremented only when if the last node is reached. After the last node, okay, when null will come, the start will not increase. That is the reason we should do a start dot set next. Hope I am clear. Now one more thing, sometimes even after I am doing that so much effort, I am trying to explain, you might get difficulties, you might not be able to understand. Please draw the diagram 3 4 times, put your brain, put a stress on your brain. Okay, try to understand why this is, why this is, why this is, because this is not something which I learned. I come from mechanical background. Okay, I put my energy, I put my thoughts, and that's where I came to know this. Okay, thank you guys, thank you for watching this.